How's it going, Flashes? I hope you're doing well wherever you're watching this, but my name is Ken Fleming, and this is my Flashguide story. Now, let's talk about my transition story to Kent State. So back in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do really. I knew that I wanted to go to college, but I didn't know if I wanted to keep playing sports, if I wanted to be in-state or out-of-state. I was really just confused and all over the place. And one day my mom said, let's go take a tour at Kent State. I was like, why not? I ended up falling in love with the campus. It was an awesome experience. I felt super at home there. Went home, did some more research, applied, got some great scholarships, and now, Flashes forever, baby. Next up, some transitional issues I had when I came to Kent State. First of all, I'm from Mayfield Heights, Ohio, which is about an hour north of Kent. So I was missing my friends, my family, my home, and the community that I had grown to love for the past 18 years of my life. Another issue that I had was that Kent was huge. My high school class was about 305 people, which, may seem big to you, but when there's more than that in your first year residence hall, that's kind of crazy. It was a lot to get used to, but as an extrovert, I did adapt pretty easily. Lastly, I was unsure about my hobbies and passions. I wasn't running track in college, but I still loved to run. And of course, Smash Bros, one of my favorite games ever. I was really unsure, if there would be things for me to do with other people other than just knock on someone's door and ask them to hang out or go run. But Kent State offers plenty of student organizations, and you can even start your own if you were really worried. Next up, there's some more issues that I had when I was actually at college. So the first thing I would say that I had issues with was time management. Sure, you have like a rough understanding of what time management is in high school, but when you're completely on your own in college and your mom's not on the other side of the wall yelling at you to do homework, it's a different beast for sure. So just getting my schedule under containment and making sure that I was doing my work and setting aside the time to study, do homework, setting aside the time to have fun. It's very important. Another thing that I was struggling with was FOMO, the fear of missing out. There's a lot to do at college, there's a lot to do at Kent State. There's events going on pretty much all the time, especially in the first few weeks of the semester. So it's really hard to pick and choose, should I go to the football game? Should I go to this computer science event, which was my major back then? But it's really good to get a sense of, there will always be more fun things to do, so I don't always need to do all the fun things now. And lastly, the thing that I struggled with, roommate issues. Me and my roommate actually did get along pretty well my first year, but, we were different. We came from different backgrounds. I was more extroverted, he was more introverted. So it definitely took some, conversations and just feeling out our boundaries. But as long as you keep an open dialogue with your roommate, I think you'll have a successful first year. All right, next up, some resources that I took advantage of when I came to Kent State. First of all, we have a ton of resources, faculty, staff, that are ready to help you on your journey at Kent State. So I hope you do take advantage of them. But one of the tools that I used was my student success leaders. Student success leaders are students that are in your first year experience course, which you'll all be taking. And they're just there to make sure that, you're doing well in the class, checking on your mental health, checking on how you're doing in your first semester. They're honestly great tools and maybe even a great friend for you at Kent State. Another resource that I used was my resident assistant. A resident assistant is someone that lives on the floor with you in your residence hall and, just helps keep order. They also help you in getting more acclimated to campus. They'll take you to events. They'll hold floor events, just in your lounge. They're a great tool and resource. Plus, they've already been through their first year of college, so they're more than equipped to help you with any questions or concerns that you may have. And then the last resource I used was the Dewey's Health Center. You can see I have very small ears, but I had a nasty ear infection my first semester, and I was just not having it. I was moody. I was like, where's the health center? Where? Regardless, after looking on our great app And I looked at the campus map. I was like, oh, it's like a, not even 5-minute walk from my dorm. So I went over, got my meds. They were super quick, super easy. I was like, oh, now whenever I'm sick, I'm golden, because, the health center's got me. So, all right, I don't know how good these transitions are, but now it's time to talk about some of my favorite memories from my first year at Kent State. This is the Movers and Groovers shirt from my sophomore year, but still, moving year, freshman year was one of my favorite days. I got to say goodbye to my mom, get some freedom. I set up my awesome residence hall room, met my roommate, made a bunch of friends, went to a bunch of campus activities, and just had a great day. It was awesome. Some more or less notable but just as fun times, or any times that I spent with my friends in the lounges in the residence halls. We would sit there and do homework, play video games, watch movies, just a good bonding experience, honestly. And then lastly, one of my favorite memories was homecoming. Homecoming is a great time to show off your Kent State pride, go watch the parade, celebrate with friends. It was honestly a fantastic freshman year, and that's why I'm still at Kent State today. Alright, can't tell if my hair's getting worse or better with every shirt change, but here we are. Last and finally, but not least, some things that I have to recommend to you for your first year. First things first is to write everything down, whether you're a journalistic person or you like putting it in your phone. It doesn't matter, just make sure you write everything down, because assignments do sneak up on you, due dates do sneak up on you, and I'm sure you're gonna have a busy time in college and you might just forget some things. So just having some reminders set or having a little planner, it'll save you a lot, trust me. Next thing is to find your classes beforehand. I thought I was cool and I knew where all my classes were except one of them, and I just knew where the building was. Well, come the first day of class, I'm wandering around the building a lot, and I'm 5 minutes late to my first class because I couldn't find the room. So make sure you know, at least building-wise, where your class is, and then inside the building where the class is, just to save yourself some hassle and time on the first day of classes. And last but not least, please, can't emphasize this enough, make sure you get some sleep. I've had many restless nights, many all-nighters, all of these things just because I didn't do work, I need to do work. FOMO, your sleep schedule is probably the one thing that will hold you together other than your diet in college. So please make sure that you're getting enough sleep. And with that, thank you for listening.